Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase, Agora Murti has his 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada,
The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for mind reading the past happenings. Let's enter to powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang.
We all feel the presence or life in living beings with whom we are in love, not even the living beings with whom we are living. No. Whom we are living, it is a plain, regular mental setup. Practically, you all know the dialogue. If you start this way, what other person will answer, you know. If you start this way, what the other person is going to answer, you know. Practically, you all have a script of everyday routine. Only if somebody comes up with a new word, you are shaken, you are disturbed, you don't know what to answer. That is the only few minutes you start thinking. Otherwise, you know whole day dialogue. How it should start and how it will take turn and how it will end. There is no life in the. If somebody changes the dialogue, you are in trouble. That's all. There is no other life in the dialogue. The problem is, we become practically philosophers. We do not understand life is not philosophy. The philosophers cannot think something new. Small story. Some 10 philosophers were present in a country. All the 10 sitting inside the prison, what to do? And usually they are only habituated to torture, not to get tortured. And they are very intelligent, somehow they manage. And now what to do? They are in prison. They decided, somehow we should do something and escape from the prison. All the 10 sat and made big plans. They even went to the extreme of making a duplicate key of the prison. They got the mold of the key and even made the duplicate key. This much work happening, and with the cooperation of few philosophers is really miracle. 2 philosophers is enough to stop any big project. You don't need third. 2 is enough to stop any big project. But this is too big project of getting a key and making a duplicate. And especially with so many philosophers, they made it. Finally, they planned the date. The whole thing is clearly sketched, and they decided that tonight 2 of us, 2 amongst us will go and open the prison door and will give a signal. All others will escape and run away. As usual, as planned, the 2 goes, and the remaining guys are waiting. They did not get the signal. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. After 4 hours, these 2 guys are coming back and saying, we have to drop the plan of escaping today. We may have to do some other day. We may have to reschedule. We may have to replan. Other guy says, why? What happened? What to do? These fools forgot to lock the door. These fools forgot to lock the prison. Understand? They cannot think anything which is new. It has to be same routine. If there is some change, they cannot think newly because they are not open. We also become like that with the life. Anything new comes, we are at last. Person who is experiencing ever-living presence, not only is open, not only he is available, he is constantly experiencing oneness. Understand? Being open is Dvaita. Being available is Visishtadvaita. Being is Advaita. Being open means you respect the other thing equal to you. 1 and 2, both of us are equal. I am open to you. Next, available means you are clear, source is one, all of us, everything is part. That is available. Everything is part of one source, Visishtadvaita. And Advaita is just being. Just being. Here, Mahadeva is beautifully leading us from Dvaita to Visishtadvaita and to Advaita. Feel the cosmos as a translucent, ever-living presence. It is actually a technique which connects all 3. Feel the cosmos, the first part. You are there, cosmos is there. Start creating the feeling. Means open. Dvaita. The problem is many of us are not even in Dvaita. That is where the problem starts. You think only you are there, nothing else is there. And no respect, no openness, no availability for anything. Feel the cosmos. Be open. Translucent, ever living. Now, being available and experiencing the presence is being. Step by step you move. Actually, when you start experiencing the living enlightenment, the ultimate truth in you, when you start living enlightenment, continuously what you will feel is described in the sutra. Mahadeva describes the whole essence of living enlightenment in the sutra. Understand? When I use the word living enlightenment, I use in two ways. One, living enlightenment means sadhana. Again and again you come back to that Satori experience which you had, the glimpse of life which you had once. That is sadhana, living enlightenment. Living enlightenment means you achieved it. Jivan Mukti. I can say Mukti and Jivan Mukti. You achieved, you are living. There is nothing to be done. Living enlightenment as a practice and as an achievement.
So beautiful. Bhagwan is giving us the living in the moment with intense passion as living Advaita, living in the being, living as a being than anything else. Now let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of mind reading is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.15. Hridaye chitta samghatad drishyasvapadarshanam. Hridaye chitta samghatad drishyasvapadarshanam.
Shiva Sutra 1.1. Hridaye, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, when the individual mind is united to the core consciousness, every observable or objective phenomenon and even the absence of every objective or phenomenon is directly the experience of the form of consciousness and appears in its existential reality as it is. The space of Paramashiva, the state, space, and being of Paramashiva. How beautifully Bhagavan explained the Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, and the Dvaita. How we think there is something other than us which is ultimate. And Bhagavan beautifully says once how the Krishna devotees always live as in the space of Dvaita, but everybody views them as Advaita. And Shiva devotee always lives in Advaita and everybody views them as Dvaita. That means you are in the space that you are one with Shiva, or you have the bhakti towards Krishna in the oneness space. Both beautifully, it leads to the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Here Bhagavan gives a beautiful understanding of how we can exist beyond the mind as consciousness. Everything that exists as consciousness. And we function from that consciousness beyond the mind and the body. Simply we'll be experiencing the pure space of love and manifesting as pure Shakti. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana here for reading past happening. During the final days of Lord Rama, Kala Deva, the Lord of Time, expressed his desire to meet Lord Rama in person. He sought an appointment requesting him that no one else but Rama should be present during the meeting. Lord Rama agreed and instructed his brother Lakshmana to stand guard. He reminded Rama had to return to Vaikunta, the abode of Vishnu. This is from the source Valmiki Narayan Uttarakhandam, 298 page.
Atma Pramana are the Leelas of Bhagavan. Actually, when I heard the song, I just literally went through what I went through with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. I had an amazing guru. It's not just he never trained me. He used to be so ferocious with me in many times, but his love for me and my trust in his love was more stronger than his ferociousness. His Dakshinamurti dimension was more stronger than his Kalabhairava dimension. So I still always remember him with lot of romance than training, lot of love than training. Bhagwan beautifully says how his experience with his Guru was so inspiring.
The first line, Malargal Ketten Vaname Tandanai means, I asked you I asked you for few flowers, but you gave the whole forest to me. Please understand, when he gives, he does not give based on your standard, he gives based on his standard. Understand? When he gives, he does not give from your standard, he gives from his standard. He doesn't think, oh, for him, his standard, this is okay, give. No, the giver, my standard should be made. A statement should be made from my standard. That is the way he gives. Tannir ketteen, amrudam tandanai means I asked for water to quench my thirst. You gave the nectar itself to quench all thirst. After that, no more possibility of any thirst anymore. Just a little bit of breast milk from Mahadevi, Parvati, to Jnana Sambandar. For his whole life he became Nirahari. He never opened the mouth again other than to sing glory of Mahadeva. Never ate anything. What is there to eat after having Devi's breast milk? So once you taste the nectar, nothing more, nothing else is there to eat or drink. All your thirst is quenched. So I asked for water. Oh, you gave nectar. And what should I ask? I can say, the next line is, Yadainan ketpin unaye taruvai. Means, what should I ask? Or I can translate it in an elaborate way. How should I ask for you to give you to me? How should I ask for you to give you to me? Actually, this Sohamasmi is the answer for this whole song. Sohamasmi is the answer for this whole song. This song is beautifully written from the space of prayer. I'll write a song on the same tone from the space of to whom it is prayed. Bring it to you guys. As a receiver of prayer, from that space I'll give you a few more lines. The next line says, Yadainan ketpin unaye taruvai. What should I ask for you to give you to me? Or how should I ask for you to give you to me? The next stanza, Kattil tolaindeen valiyai vandanai. I was lost in the wild forest. You appeared as a way out. Irulil tolaindeen oliyai vandanai. I was lost in the darkness, but you came as a light. Tell me, where should I get lost for you to come directly? Yadanil tolaindal niye varuvai. Tell me, where should I get lost for you to come directly? I was lost in the wild forest. You came as a way out. I was lost in the utter darkness. You came as a light. Where should I get lost? In what should I get lost? How should I get lost for you to come to me. You yourself directly to come to me. எதனில் தொலைந்தால் நீயே வருவாய். And the next stanza is பள்ளம் விழுந்தேன் சிகரம் சேர்த்தனை. I fell into the ditch, pit. You raised me to the peak. வெள்ளம் விழுந்தேன் கரையில் சேர்ந்தனை. I fell into the flood. You brought me to bank. You brought me to the shore. பள்ளம் விழுந்தேன் சிகரம் சேர்ந்தனை means I fell into the ditch, you raised me to the peak. I fell into the flood, you brought me to the shore. Where should I fall? The next line is எதனில் விழுந்தால் உன்னிடம் சேர்ப்பாய். Where should I fall that you will make me reach you? Tell me, where should I fall so you will reach me to you? எதனில் விழுந்தால் உன்னிடம் சேர்ப்பாய். That's all. Maybe just few lines, but it is too sweet and too intimate. Actually, when I heard this song, I just literally went through what I went through with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. It was, I had an amazing guru. It's not that he never trained me. He used to be so ferocious with me in many times. But his love for me and my trust on his love was more stronger than his ferociousness. His Dakshinamurti dimension was more stronger than his Kalabhairava dimension. So still I always remember him with a lot of romance than training, a lot of love than training. So I declare this as Sangha anthem. This shall be the song for our Sangha. Sangha anthem till we find next song.
Now let's go to the Shakshi Pramanam. Shakshi Pramanas are the disciple devotees all around the world are expressing their manifestation of the powers and sharing with the world. Here we can see a demonstration of power of mind reading, past happening.
So this is what Swamiji is showing. So first thing he said, the very first thing he said was, for you to go to the banyan tree, just sit at the tree, and he said you will get a lot of clarity, and whatever emotions that is affecting you, it will come out, and let it come out naturally. That's the first thing. You need to go to the banyan tree, just sit there, that's all. The solutions will come to you. Okay. And the next thing that Swamiji is also showing is that the reason why you are seeing these relationship issue now, it comes from also your past, like in your childhood. See, you want people to understand you, but I think during your childhood, what Swamiji was showing is people always tend to misunderstand your actions and also the word you speak. And as a result, it is making you withdraw into yourself. You fear other people misunderstanding you, so you tend to withdraw into yourself. And then this starts like a vicious cycle. When other people see that you are withdrawing into yourself, they get the wrong impression about you. They get the impression that you are not talking directly, you're not talking forthrightly. So it also makes them wary towards you. And when you see their reaction to you, it hurts you, and you store it inside you. You start to develop this cognition about yourself that, oh, I'm not a I'm not a likable person by other people, and I need to be I I need to be careful with how I'm talking and how I'm behaving. So it makes you very restrained. It makes a person like very restrained. You're careful. You don't dare to actually express yourself very much fully for fear of being misunderstood. So this is what Swamiji is showing. The best solution for you is to go to the banyan tree and sit. That was the solution that he strongly showed.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
So, if would you like to also share?
Yeah, actually, as Ma said, at some time people get me wrong, but my intention is always right. I mean, I want to do right for other, right? In my sister case, I always wanted to do right. I always wanted to good for them, right? But somehow they got me wrong. Somehow they understood me wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why and how, but I feel it happened.
Beautiful. Let's go to the instruction and verification and Pratyaksha Pramana to know how to manifest the powers of mind reading.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. A new study brings scientists one step closer to mind reading. Researchers have developed a technique that uses the brain waves captured by the EEG machines to reconstruct the images you see. In the following video, you will now watch while the scenario exists only in the realm of science fiction, new research from the University of Toronto Scarborough brings it one step closer to reality. Scientists have used EEG data brainwaves to reconstruct images of faces shown to subjects. In other words, they're using EEG to tap into what a subject is seeing.
Setting up items for manifesting the power of scanning the happening in the third eye, mind reading. Camera and timestamp, Jnana pencil and paper for partner in you. Explain to the partner, make them sit comfortably, step by step what you will be doing and how the manifestation happens. Explain to them clearly and vividly, and then we can start setting up the camera. Download the timestamp app, click the video, make sure the time stamp is on the screen. Make sure it's a wide angle with you and your partner clearly on the screen, with the place that is very nicely bright and thus there is no background sound. Make sure you ask the partner to write down all their happenings and show it on the camera without the manifestor looking at it. And once the partner has written all the details, manifestor can write all the details through the third eye and then show it on the camera again with both the papers matching exactly, and the recording of that video will be shared with the friends and families. Make sure These Shakti Avishkarna video are very amazing video. It entangles people, so please don't miss to record these moments. Guidelines for manifesting the power. Turn on the video recording, apply the Jnananjan on your third eye, bring your awareness on your third eye, ask the partner to write the past happening from the mind, pen down what is seen through the third eye and manifest the powers. Write down whatever is revealed through third eye, verify whatever is revealed through third eye. If it matches exactly, then you manifested. If you're only feeling some Kundalini energy and got some correct, you have started manifesting the power. Celebrate, and with more sharing, simply you will see the more you will be manifesting the powers. Verification of the video that it is authentic, whatever is recorded. Please share with powerful cognition the video with your friends and family and others. Listen to others' experience of manifesting the power to entangle with them.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people, But unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience
the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Let the Amrita pour. Let the Vani open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verify that no video editing is done on Shakti Avishkarana Power Manifestation video. Verify the video is not stopped or restarted. During the process, all the videos are verified with the timestamp. No clues or hints given while manifesting. No Bluetooth or gadgets during the manifestation. If you would like to use Aushadha to apply on your third eye, Yantra, Kavi, Banyan leaf, mirror or Paramashiva Shila, which is granite slab, please go ahead and do so. Apply the Jnananjan on the spiritual products and see through your third eye in the Jnananjan to really understand the past happenings. Authentically write down all the detail and match it exactly. Do not interpret or do not tamper the data after the verification process, where after the partner has revealed for the verification process. Make it more and more authentic. Authenticity makes you manifest huge powers. Thank you for participating in the power of mind reading past happening.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause, others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham